Well, this is BB for a bad boy or a big boy, the runt of a litter we picked up in a 28-hour, 2-day drive to South Carolina. About 11 weeks old now, and as you can see, she's a devil. And some of you scrapped just as hard in the tournament. It was a very good set of hands. Um, Picked out a few of them. It's a little, not much of a theme, except I tried to stick to stuff that we've talked about in class. And I hope you enjoy it. And I'll just be here getting my ears cleaned. Right, so hand number one was kind of curious to see how few people used our new minor forcing, being that we're in the ambiguous major class. Here's the ambiguous major right here, right? 4 plus arts, 6 plus total points. My, that's helpful. North shows a minimum balanced hand. Now, we have 7-12 points with a 6-card suit. And one thing we could do is just jump to 3 hearts. This is just invitational with 6. And we could leave it up to North. Or if we think this is a game hand, we can use new minor forcing. Make sure they have some hearts. When they show 3, we know have a 9-card fit. That makes us happy. And we can just bid 4 hearts. So 9-card fit in hearts. We get a spade lead. We're missing the king of hearts. And they could split. Well, there's 4 of them out, right? So 4-0 or 3-1. Then we have, well, it's a good lead for them because this is going to expose our 2 spades immediately. And then we have a club that we need to set up. Now, if we can set up that quick enough, we can pitch a diamond on that, or a spade. But anyways, what we'll want to do is, first of all, finesse for the king. Now I want to keep the lead in North, right? Which is not hard to do. So I'm leaving the jack there. We're 4 out. Notice on the second trick they split. We're not counting. When we count, we don't count to 13, right? We just count the distribution. So they could have been 4-0. They weren't because they both followed. So they could have been 3-1. And that turns out what it was because West dropped a diamond there. So we'll need to pick up the the king right now. And set up that queen for a finesse. For a pitch. So what we're doing is we're not going to have to take a diamond finesse here. They'll get the 2 spades, which they got because of the lead. There's nothing we can do about that. But now we have the queen of clubs as the top trick. We can pitch a diamond. We have the king of diamonds and the ace of diamonds. Whenever you can, look for something other than a finesse, and then the 3 hearts at top. We really don't want to do 50% when we don't have to, and there, of course, we didn't have to, because we could pitch one of our 3 diamonds underneath the club winner. So making 4. So I've asked Thick Skin to sit on this one. Fred's always around to help. And we have 6, 7, 10, 11, 7, 18 points. A good 18-point hand with the sequence in hearts. Just needs some help there to be a real nice trump suit. Or we could be in clubs. Now, this is a classic 2/1 auction leading to a slam. And we didn't really have anybody. I think we got somebody there, but it was not quite how I would have expected it. So we're going to open a heart. And our partner gives us the 2/1 game for us. Okay. Now, he doesn't have 4 hearts, because in most cases he would have used some other device, like Jacoby 2-no trump with 4, unless he was really strong. No one did the right bid here. I was a little surprised. We sport their club suit, right? We're looking for a trump suit. He's bid clubs. It means he's got 4 of them, and there we have a 8-card suit. So clubs is the correct bid, not 2-no trump. You're not a balanced hand. You're far from a balanced hand. But Thick Skin comes through with a heart bid, right? Now this is just delayed support for hearts. We're in game force. He's showing 3 hearts because he delayed support. So we now have a trump suit, a heart suit. We definitely want to play hearts, not clubs. Okay, so we have a trump suit agreement. We have a game force in place, which means, and North is unlimited. I don't know how many points Fred has. So 3 spades, right? Start showing controls. A control is a promise to your partner that the opponents won't take 2 off the top in the spade suit. And one of the reasons I love my hand here is because I have a stiff ace in one suit and ace king in the other suit, side suit. So this is fabulous, right? Top controls and side suits, when you've agreed upon a suit, are extremely valuable. So I'm upgrading this hand. I am anxiously looking for a slam. My partner bids 4 clubs. Now, he bid clubs once, so we know he has 4, right? So what does he have? He obviously has the ace of clubs. So we have the ace king of diamonds, the ace king of clubs, the ace of spades. And the only thing we're worried about on this hand is, well, what's going on in the heart suit? Do we have both the ace and the king, giving us all the key cards, or do we just have one of them, or do we not have either of them, in which case we're going to want to bow out at 5 hearts. So we use a key card ask at this point, right? Because the only thing we need to know about is the hearts, and we can't get that information by control bidding. So for those of you who don't play key cards, the key cards are the 4 aces and the king of trump, in this case the king of hearts. And then we have a set of responses to tell us what we have. Now, Thick Skin bids 5 hearts, which shows 2 key cards, right? We know one of those is the ace of clubs. One of them must be either the ace of hearts or the king of hearts. So we know we don't have 7, but this looks like, and the 5 heart bid also denies having the queen. It's not a surprise to us, being that we have the queen. So we get to 6 hearts. Now that's a pretty straightforward auction that I think all of you next steppers are capable of doing at this point. But nobody really did it. Anyways, we get the ace of diamonds as a lead. Missing, as we already knew, the ace of hearts. Right? Now, we have a 2-way position in clubs, meaning that the queen could be caught between the ace and 10, or we could catch the queen between the king and jack. And once again, I'm going to suggest to you that the last thing you want to do is take a finesse. Why? Well, because you don't need to. Right? Look at the spade suit. After we win the ace of spades, we can pitch a club under the king. And look at the diamond suit where we have 4 tricks. On the 4th round of diamonds, we can pitch a club, right, from our hand. And now the ace and king of clubs are all we need. So this is pretty straightforward. There is only one concern, I guess, which would be maintaining control of the heart suit. This is an easy mistake to make. The diamond lead very well could be a stiff, for all we know, right? So we're going to win it here, and when we start to pull trump, we're going to want to make sure that we're pulling it in the in south hand. Okay, so, and there's the worry, right? We had 8 of them, and they split 4-1, right? They could be 5-0. They weren't because they were both followed. When East shows out on the second one, we now know that West had 4 hearts. And there's the ace. So he has 2 left, which we can pull with the jack 10. And notice he leads the spade. Also a suggestion, maybe he doesn't have a diamond. So pull those last 2. All right. Play a diamond. Play out the diamonds, and notice he was out of diamonds. That was a stiff. So if you had pulled trump, leaving yourself in North's hand, you would have been in trouble if you tried to cross back in diamonds. Anyways, over to the diamonds, and now watch. No club finesse needed.
No finesse necessary.
So we can put 1 on the king of spades, and we could put 1 on the jack of diamonds, and now we have the king and the ace left. So don't finesse. Don't finesse when you don't need to. Don't take a 50% chance when you don't need to take any chance at all. Making 12. Love this hand. This is number 4. West starts with a diamond. North bids a heart. Okay? East passes, which was not the case at most of our tables. And we have 9, 12 points. We don't have heart suit. So I'm a little confused on where to go with this. But I'm thinking that I've got the heart, the diamond stopped, and I have an invitational hand. So I go ahead and I bid 2 no trump. 12 to 14, likely stop in diamonds. And my partner goes to 3 no trump. Now the spade is led, and it looks like we need to, that we're in fine shape so long as we get the ace, king of spades, that's 2. And then we get the 6 diamonds, except when we think about 6 diamonds, we recognize, we've got a problem. West opened a diamond, and almost always he has 4. So we got 1, 2, and 5 diamond tricks. We're down to 7 tricks, and we have this glaring weakness in clubs. On a club lead, it's down. Right? Bound to be 5 in one hand or the other. So unless something awful happens, a club lead sinks us. So that means if we try to set up the hearts, and they get in with the ace of hearts, there's a really good chance they're going to switch to clubs and kill us. Okay. So we got the ace, king of spades, that's 2. Is there any way to get a spade trick? Well, yeah, sure there is. If West is leading from length, say he's got 5, then the shape of this spade suit is 5, 3, 3, 2. If he's leading from 4, then it's 4 trips 3, right? 4, 3, 3, 3. But in any event, there is a chance that he's leading from the queen jack. So we really want to take advantage of that and stick in the 10, just because we're desperate for a trick. And sometimes the 10, and you'll see with jacks in the second hand on a no trump lead, lots of times the jack. Sometimes those win, so stick it in there. So we got an extra trick now. So we got 3 spade tricks, and we have 5 diamond tricks for 8, and I don't know that there's anything we can do about it, because we can't let them get in, can't lose the lead, because when we do, they're going to run the clubs. So what I think we just have to do at this point is lead a diamond over. Get our diamond tricks, and maybe there's a discard that works or something happens good. Right away, we see something good, which is East has a diamond. How can that be? We had 6 in our hand, 3 in the dummy for 9, and West should have 4, which means he would have, that's 13. But when East shows us a diamond, we know West started with 3 diamonds, and he opened 1. What does that tell us? The exact shape of the hand. The only reason he would open a diamond with 3 is if he had 4 in each of the majors, 3 diamonds, and 2 clubs. That's the only time you would open a diamond instead of a club. So if he has 4 spades, right? We had 6. That leaves 3 in the East, or 4, 3, 3, 3. 4 trips 3. If he has 4 hearts, that means that I have 5 in the dummy, 4 in his hand is 9, 2 in my hand is 2. Right? If East played 1 diamond, and that's all he has, then he has 3 spades, 2 hearts, 1 diamond, 7 clubs. So the club switch would kill us, would have killed us. But now we are making. Why? Because now we know that diamonds will run. Because West only had 3. They fall under the ace, king, queen. And we never have to take that finesse, lob up to the king of hearts and hope the ace is in West. right? And if it were wrong, then East runs all those clubs. Instead, we can just simply take our tricks. So we figured out what the whole hand was based on the opening lead. Pretty cool, huh? And so, fifth hand, North-South had a chance to play some good defense here. And I don't think it's that difficult. Now, the thing about defense is that when you go to beginning defense classes, what is the first thing you learn about? You always learn about signaling. And this is, I mean, and I was in the same position, but that's really not what defense is about. Defense is about figuring out where your tricks are, where the declarer's tricks are, and figuring out how to set them or limit the damage if they're making over tricks. Right? That's what defense is about. So you need to do some work. And then you can signal. If you don't do the work, then your signals are meaningless and often will misdirect your partner. In teaching defense, I would almost prefer to not use signals until we know what the heck we're doing on defense. So anyways, this is a case in point. We have overcall showing 7 by East. Okay. The robot tends to make pretty good overcalls, but at the 3 level, it can be fairly weak. He calls it less than 10 points and 3 plus total points. But he shows 7 spades. We have 2 spades. We have 6, 7 points. Not a whole lot we can bid. If you tried a negative double here showing you 4 hearts, you could end up in some trouble. You could bid 4 clubs, but again, there's no guarantee of a fit. And you're at the 4 level, and you're in the red. So time to pass and suck it up and play some defense. You want to go positive. So we've got 6, 7 points. Our partner has less than 22, and East has 8. We'll just give them sort of a middle ground. I think it's pretty safe to say that West doesn't have a good hand. It certainly doesn't have half of those remaining missing points because he would have bid 4 spades or something, and he didn't. So it looks like our partner has an excellent hand. All right? Maybe we missed a heart game, which makes it even more important now to set this. He bid diamonds. He's got lots of points. Strong hand, relatively strong hand should be in West. I'm going to start with the diamond, and maybe I can get a ruff with the 6, and then also get my ace of spades. Anyways, that's my defense. And my partner wins with the queen and leads the king. And robot follows twice, throwing the jack. So let's look at the points now. We see that there were 8 points in West, 7 points in my hand. That's 15. And as I said before, I was kind of giving robot an 8-point hand, but could be more. If our partner is balanced, he probably wouldn't, and had 17 points, he certainly would have bid 1 no trump. 15 to 17 points in balance. So I don't think he's necessarily a balanced hand with a 15 to 17. So what I'm doing is trying to figure out what's going on around the table. Okay, really important, right? I had 1 diamond. West had 4. That's 5. And robot has now followed twice. Right? That's 6 and 7. Does my partner have a 6-card diamond suit? Well, that seems really possible. Certainly going to let him take a diamond, and he'll probably continue. He does. So East has only 2 diamonds. So the diamond suit was split 4, 2, 1, right? And my partner had 6 diamonds to start. The spades, we know the distribution of as well, right? Because East had 7, I have 2, and West has 2. 7, 2, 2, 2. That's a pattern you should recognize pretty readily. 7, 2, 2, 2. West has 5 hearts, I have 3. And that leaves 5 of them out. Sorry, I had 4, so that leaves a 9 card suit there. So 5, 4, 2, 2, or 5, 4, 3, 1, 5, 4, 4, 0. We'll find out more when hearts get led. And there are 8 clubs between West and myself. So there are 5 clubs out and 4 hearts out. I'm going to take this. Right, I was trying to get it rough anyways. Now I got it. And I got to decide what to lead back to my partner. Now, I haven't had any signals at all, right? But I've got to figure out, does he have the king of hearts? Does he have the king of clubs? And which is the higher percentage? Now, I'm just joking here, but I'm serious too. I mean, if there are 5 cards missing in clubs and 4 cards missing in hearts, then it seems to me there are more spaces in clubs for my partner to have the king of clubs. So I'm going to lead the club. I also promote my jack of clubs for what it's worth. No signal. 2, 3, 4. Robots don't signal. He has the king of spades. So ace, king, queen of diamonds, and the king of spades. Right? That's 12, and we know he's got more points still. And of course, what we're hoping is he has the king of clubs. And when he does, we set them. East had 2 clubs. He had 7 spades. He had 2 diamonds. So we know that he was 7, 2, 2, 2. Nothing that can be done now. Unless East has to take a heart finesse and my partner happens to have the heart as well. Just throwing the hearts away. East is running down his winners. And here comes the heart finesse. Nope. So East had the king of hearts. All right. And that's how you set that thing. Defense is important. And as you can see, didn't need to signal here. We just needed to figure out what our partner could have. And what he ended up having 9, 10, 6, 15 points. He didn't open one no trump with that 15 to 17 range because he was unbalanced with the 6 diamonds. So all sorts of information out there if you're willing and ready to listen and do the work. All right, so one last hand. I've asked Thick Skin to sit down because the robot has not been this in a sensible way. 1 spade by my partner and a preemptive raise by East. This certainly seems like our hand, so I bid 4 spades. And they go to 5 diamonds. And my partner passes. So the pass here, after that preemptive bid and our obvious game in spades, is what we call a forcing pass. My partner could have bid 5 spades and settled this, or he could have doubled and settled it, but instead he passed in a situation where they're obviously taking a sacrifice. So my key here is, do I want to defend or want to play 5 spades? I think I have a really good defensive hand. I got the king, queen of clubs. I got the ace of hearts. If we can get a spade, and my partner has the ace of clubs, who knows? We could set this significantly. But my goal here is to go positive. I don't want to bid 5 spades, probably doubled and probably down. But I'm going to instead double this here. Now, the robot here would bid, and this is why I've asked my partner to bid, because my partner has left it up to me. And I've made the decision. So he leads the ace of spades. And I'm going to put a robot in so I don't have to think about it any longer. All right, so ace of spades, and I have, and this is going well, if this slips by, in other words, if we had a 11 card suit instead of a 12 card suit, then robot will play a spade, and we'll get a spade trick. We should get a heart trick, and then our hope is we can also get a club trick to set. And if my partner has the ace of clubs and the club split 3-3, 3-4, then we might even be able to get 3 club tricks. So I definitely want to direct his lead at this point, and we can do that by using a suit preference play here. Okay, we do this when there is a stiff or a void in a dummy. Okay, because there means there's only the two suits to switch to, and I want to tell him which one to switch to. I play high in the spade suit to say play spade hearts, right? I play low to show clubs. Now, why would I choose clubs over hearts? Well, whenever the hearts get led, I'll get my ace. What I need in clubs, though, is potentially a promotion, right? If my partner doesn't have the ace, I need West to play the ace and then have it as a loser still. So I have a plan here. What it basically looked at is how to get 3 tricks, and maybe 4. So I play small here. Now, if my partner gets in, he will lead a club. In fact, that's what he did immediately. What a guy. Right? So we got our spade trick. West had a spade, and we got a club trick. And they're not playing their 12-card diamond suit. Show off by winning a trick with the 4 diamonds. Never say that the robots don't have style. Now they're just going to make us play out a lot of losers. Not a big deal, because we don't, just need someone to keep a spade, and then he leads the heart. I win the heart, and then play my club that I work to promote, and we set them. Do we have anything else? King, queen, was the jack of clubs played? So maybe the jack of clubs wasn't really paying attention, and maybe a heart. Lead heart. Yeah, no heart trick. And that probably does it for us right there. So I'm just gonna let it go. Contract down 1. And that is how to play defense. Once again, the work in defense is figuring out what the defense could be, which I did prior to the hand even being finished, when I figured we were going to set them, or we had a good chance to set them, that I had a good defensive hand, and chose to go positive with the double, and figured out which tricks I really wanted. Then when my partner leads the spade and I get an opportunity to direct his lead, I make a strategic decision. I don't want him to lead a heart and then have me lead a club and then get back in. I want to keep that heart as my entry. So I want him to lead a club. So I used the suit preference follow and played the 3 of spades, and that told him lead a club. And even the robot knew that. And he leads a club. We promote the king, and then when they have to play hearts, they have no choice. We get the ace of hearts. We get the king of clubs. All right, and that's how to go positive on board.